Hello, so I'm gonna do a quick tutorial on Pathstream. So we have two marketing sections, so it doesn't matter, they both have the same content. So I'm just gonna click on one of them. And what you will see is here on the left hand side you have all of your different the tab margins. I'm gonna put it as a student view. Okay. What you will see under course content, and I'll go over this a little bit over class. Here, this is more so that you have, a tutorial that you can go back to in case you get a little bit lost. So the first thing is how to sign up for a company. Okay, Pathstream in assignment 1 will tell you to choose from a list of companies, but I don't want you to do that. You're gonna sign up from a company in this list, okay? Because I don't want everybody doing the same companies. I want each person to have a unique company. So you click over here, okay? And then it says here for your Pathstream assignments, I noticed a typo there. In final project, you must choose one of the companies in the link below. Put your full name, only one company per student. So you're going to click over here. Sometimes this comes up again. And you have all of the companies here. Okay. So this is the S&P 500. These are the 500 biggest companies in the US or publicly traded companies. If it's listed twice, put your name in both of them, okay? The other thing is choose a company, and I'll talk a little bit about this also during class, but choose a company that has a consumer product that you're familiar with, that is clear what the competitors are, and so on. So for example, I put my name right here next to P&G. And once you put your name there, nobody else can take the company. And I put it there on purpose because during the class I do a lot of P&G examples, so I don't want anybody to choose P&G. So once your name is there, then you're pretty much done. Again, you can scroll down. You see you have everything here. You can search for it, and so on. All right. So that's the first step. So I'm going to close that. And I'm going to go back to our original view. Oh, I got out of the course. Yeah. So, okay. So again, so you have here the company sign up. So you're going to choose a company. And that's your company that you're going to use for all of your Pathstream assignments and your final project. So to start Pathstream, you're going to click on Pathstream, and basically the first time you log in, it may ask you if you agree with some things and so on. So basically what you have is you have a folder for each of the sections, and you have and then you have also the platform. So I'm going to show you both. Now, I'll go over this the first day, but in case you are a little bit confused of when each thing is due, you can go here to the class calendar. So I'm going to open that in a separate tab. And when you open the class calendar, it shows when each thing is due. So for example, you have here you have so Pathstream is the abbreviation is PS, okay? So whenever you have PS, it means Pathstream. CM is contemporary marketing, which I'll go over later. That's Pine Tab. So Pathstream section 1, we're going to review that in class on August 30. So what you should do is prior to class, you should already have done, all the sections in section 1 except the assignment, because we're going to go over section 1, and once you know that, then you'll be able to do the assignment. Now actually for section 1 there is no assignment. So here you can see section 2. Okay, so basically what I do is I do the section, and then the following week the quizzes and the graded assignments are due. So you have here, we're going to do on September 1st, we're going to do section 2, and then on September 8th, your Pathstream section 2 quiz and graded assignment is due. Okay? Yeah, because what happens is that the first Pathstream section is just an introduction, it doesn't have any assignments. So let's go back over here again. So section 1, okay, now let me go back to a second, because so they actually now have a folder called How to Use Pathstream. So you should watch the video, okay, introduction to Pathstream. So basically the video is similar to what I'm doing, but I'm going into a lot more detail. Whenever you have a technical issue, you contact Pathstream directly, and there is actually a chat, okay, that you can contact. I don't see the chat right now, but it usually appears here. Or you can send them an email, and they will do like a Zoom. They'll send you like a calendar, so you can select when you can do the session with them, and they'll go over everything with you. Okay, so whenever you have a technical issue, you contact Pathstream directly. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, section 1, and we're gonna do this in class. Basically, what is the fundamentals of Pathstream? But you see, there is no assignment or quiz. So I'm gonna open section 2 for a second so that you can see clearly when you have something due. Section 2, okay, and you can see because it says graded. So you have the section, you have a graded discussion, a graded quiz, and a graded assignment. I've decided that because you already have enough work with MindTap plus Pathstream, that you do not have to do the graded discussions. The graded discussions will not be graded, they will not count towards your grade. I recommend that you don't do them because you're gonna have a lot of work. Okay, so don't do the graded discussions. You need to do the graded quizzes and obviously the assignment. Okay, so since this section has everything, let me show you how this basically works. When you go and you begin a section, what it does is it's opening another platform. It's opening the Pathstream platform. So we were in Blackboard. Blackboard just organizes folders and you can put their assignments. But in order to go into the platform, you have to, here is where they ask you if you agree, and you say, yes, I agree, okay, and this right here is your Pathstream. See if I can put it a little bigger. Okay, so again, section 2, right? You have section 2, which is the one that we're doing. So it has this introduction. So I'm just going to open one so you see how it works. It's almost like an electronic book, but it has videos and it is basically interactive. So once you finish this, you go click finish lesson, okay? And then it takes you automatically to the next part of the lesson. The next part of the lesson is what is digital marketing. So this one has a video. Some of these videos we may watch in class, not all of them. The ones that I think are, worth going over. Once you finish the video, you have here then articles. I will tell you right now that these articles, some of them are really important. I will tell you in class which ones are really important and which ones are not. Okay, so mark complete. So then you keep on going through the whole thing. Okay, and eventually you're going to, so part 3, part 4, part 5. If you click over here, you can go, so this is all of section 2. So you're still in the first part. But you will see that once you go throughout all of these, you will find the quiz, and at the end you have the graded assignment. The quizzes are graded automatically. So don't tell me, I don't know if question 1 on quiz B, if it's correct or not correct. I have nothing to do with those quizzes. They go directly to Pathstream, and Pathstream is the one who grades them. Okay? So, it seems that since I haven't done all of the parts, it's not allowing me to go directly to the assignment. Let's see if we can go directly through here. I think we can go directly through here. By the way, you have to do them sequentially. It will not allow you to do assignment B until you have done assignment A. Okay? Okay. So assignment 8, I'll go over in class, what basically all of the different sections. But basically what you're doing is you're doing a project, and you're doing, each of the sections is a part of the project. Okay? And your final project, which is a presentation, you're going to take each of these parts and put it into a presentation, which you're going to do at the end. Okay, but basically you're building your whole presentation throughout the semester. Okay, so you click here, let's see, start project. Now, this is very, 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 very important. You need, okay, let's click launch lab. Okay, so you see, this is where you're going to do all of your assignments. But what is really, really important is that you follow the instructions. So on the left-hand side, you have the instructions. You see, you have the instructions. And the other thing that is very important is that you look at the rubric so that you know what is being graded. And that way you don't miss anything. So for example, we're doing part A. Okay, so we're gonna scroll down to part A. So you see task 1. The only thing that you're not gonna do is pick a company. You already picked your company. I already told you to pick your company. You're basically choosing a company from the Fortune 500. What happened is that when I first started teaching this class, I had like 20 Sephora's and 10 DoorDash, and I don't want that. I want everybody to have their own company. So this is the only task that you're gonna do different than what the instruction says is this one. You already picked your company, and actually the company needs to be approved by me. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so here, write a company overview. And it tells you what is it that you need to do. By the way, it gives you an example. So here it gives you an example of what that overview should be. So they put together an example for a company called Tooth Fairy. I think it's an electric toothbrush. and it basically shows you, kind of the example of what you need to do. So if you want to see it, and I think I posted this. I'm gonna post it in Blackboard so that you have it handy. Okay, so write a company overview, see the example, find the required information for the company through their website, or use Google search. So you can Google mission statement for the company, or go to Crunchbase. Okay. If you would like support in using the best grammar, consider downloading the Grammarly app. Okay. And last but not least, the rubric. Okay, so here so basically what you're gonna do, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put your company logo. Okay. I recommend that you download this tool called Snipping Tool. Okay, you can just Google Snipping Tool, download it. It allows you to copy anything. So let me give you an example. So I'm going to put here, PNG. Right, so Procter & Gamble is a company that I'm doing. And I'm interested in copying the logo. So I'm going to click here on images. Well, actually, I have it right here. You can go to images, but since I have it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my snipping tool. So again, by the way, you can just Google. I believe it's a Microsoft tool. Doesn't matter. Snipping tool. Okay. It's a Microsoft tool and it's free. So basically, since I have it, I'm not going to download it, obviously. So I'm going to click on my snipping tool right here. So what my snipping tool allows me to do is to copy any image anywhere. So let me show you the tool. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to do a new, because I'm doing a new selection, and I'm going to select this right here. Right? So here is my logo. Now, since what I need to do is just copy it, I'm going to click edit and copy, or you can do Control C. I'm going to minimize this for a second in case I need it again. I'm going to go back to my assignment. Click over here, and you can do Control V, or you can just paste. Just click paste. Oh, okay. Control V is a little slow. So you see here is the logo. I can make it a little bigger. And so, okay. Company overview. So for this, you're going to have to go to their website, their annual report, and so on. So company is based in Cincinnati, was established in whatever year. Mission statement, if you don't find it really easily, just put the company name and put mission statement. Now here is something that most people forget, and it's 50% of the assignment. Marketer experience. Okay, so here a lot of people, they just put how many employees the company has, but the instructions also tell you need to put the marketer's experience. 2 or 3 ways. So this is basically giving you guidance or instructions. So what is it that you need to put? 2 or 3 ways that the size of the company will impact the experience of a digital marketing worker working there working there. So here you're going to say, okay, this company offers a lot of opportunities for digital marketers, for these reasons. Okay, since, for example, in the case of P&G spends more in digital marketing, I believe, than any other company in the world. So obviously there is a lot of opportunities to work as a digital marketer. Okay, so that would be one of the things. The other thing is because it's a big company, and it has big brands, then you have a big budget that you can use to use many different types of digital media vehicles. Okay. Now, if you're not sure, if you want to make sure that you know what you're being graded on, you click here on rubric, and you see if you want to get perfect, then it should have complete all of this information and 2 or 3 ways that being a marketer in this company detail specific to marketer. So the more information you put, the better. We'll talk about the different positions in marketing in class, so you have an idea. Right now, I'm not going to go through what are each of the different. So there's many different positions as digital marketer. There is, for example, the person who works as an SEO, search engine optimization, or the person who works in content marketing, or the person who works in the planning. So there's many different, or in social media. Usually, social media is separate from email marketing and so on. I will tell you right now, okay, that and I always mention in class, and people still get it wrong. All of these companies are publicly traded companies, so they are C corporations. They are not partnerships or LLC. What happens is sometimes when you search for the company in Google, the company was probably originally formed as an LLC. So, when Facebook started, you've probably seen the movie, it was probably a partnership between Mark Zuckerberg and the other guy, I don't remember his name, Eduardo or something. And then eventually they formed an LLC, okay, with the early investors. And then when it went public, was traded in the New York Stock Exchange, it became a C corporation. Okay, so there is different stages that company go through. All right, when you finish assignment A or part A, you're gonna click submit. Once you click submit, you can go back. Okay, now, and now we'll say this also in class. One of the advantages of submitting your assignment on time is that if you really messed up terribly, okay, you get, I don't know, you got a 50 because of you didn't pay attention to the rubric, or you basically had no idea, you forgot what any of these things were, or whatever. Typically what happens, for example, some people forgot the marketer experience, and it was 50%, so you got a 50. Said, oh my God, I got an F on my first assignment. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna send an email to me, and in the syllabus it shows the format, but basically, Professor Urban, this is so-and-so from your MAR 1011 class, section, whatever, on Monday at 8. But remember, I have 4 marketing classes, so you have to be very specific. Could you please reset assignment A? And then I'm going to look, if you have submitted it on time, then you will have a chance to resubmit it. Now, an advantage that you have is you already have the feedback, so I already told you what you did wrong, and you'll be able to resubmit it. So, okay, so that takes care, I think, of the most important thing in Pathstream, which is how to get started and how to do your assignments. You cannot jump in the same document from A to B or do everything here. You have to go through the platform, because otherwise it's not going to submit it correctly. So don't try to, do everything in one run. This is typically what happens when somebody hasn't done any of the assignments, and then on the last week of class they try to do everything in one page and they do it all wrong. Project overview, we'll go over that in class. So here, the most important thing is that if you get lost on how to use Pathstream, then you know exactly what to do. So I wanted to show one more thing. So here you have all of the different things. So you see, for example, in section 2, we know there is a quiz somewhere. And here it is, the discussion board. So this one you do not have to do. And here is the quiz. Okay? So you could go to the quiz directly here, but I recommend that you go through the whole, all the different sections, because this quiz is going to be based on these concepts. So if you jump directly to the quiz, by the way, you cannot resubmit the quiz. The quiz you can only do once. All right. So you see now it says, by the way, this is something also important. Sometimes people say, well, how do I know if the assignment was submitted or not? Here, you see it says in progress. It hasn't been submitted. Okay, so I think that takes care of Pathstream. We'll talk a little bit more over in class, but this is just so that you have a video in case you get a little lost in class or you want to review again what we talked about in class. All right, and as always, I'm always available before or after class to help you individually.